Again.
Free Marzia Hashemi.
I can't pronounce it, but free or whoever she is, they're hiding the information from me.
Thank you,
It's not
sister.
on
Thank
this
you.
thing.
These are challenging times, and as the sister alluded to in her closing, even if Sister Marzia walks out today, this fight continues. The use of these material witness laws has been going on long enough. And as a quick legal background, essentially what the government is doing is holding her without charges. This is very troubling. This is a tactic that they used really heavily after 9/11, and it targets our communities. It targets the Arab community, Muslim community, communities of color. And this is intended, again, to intimidate individuals, to hold them indefinitely with no charges, which of course is against the Constitution. But they continue with this practice. The statute's very broad. I know there were reports out there that said in their court documents and filings, she'll be released after she gives testimony to the grand jury. Well, when is that testimony finished? How long before it's finished? Does she have immunity? There's so many questions that are left unanswered that we cannot be comfortable. We cannot guarantee ourselves or promise ourselves that she's going to be released today, tomorrow, Friday, next week, or next month. We need to keep the pressure on. And it's important also, as was said, it's important to remember, even if she's released today, this is only the start. This statute could be used, and these rules could be used by against others, and they have been used against others. The scary thing is, now it's clear that they're using these to intimidate journalists, to squash free speech. I'll let the ambulance go by in a second. But give us some free Marzia chance. Just give one until the ambulance leaves. Free Marzia. Free Marzia. Free Marzia. Free Marzia. Free Marzia! Free Marzia! The attack on freedom of speech and the attempt to intimidate journalists should be troubling for all communities. Using these statutes, using these rules to target journalists is a concern, and we don't know if this administration and if the FBI today will continue doing this to other news agencies, to other communities, but it is very, very troubling that this is happening. Marzia should not be used to target anyone. She should not be held without charges. She needs to be released immediately, and more importantly, the practice of holding material witnesses indefinitely needs to stop. And it is my hope that everybody that's out here today continues to put in an effort after this case is over to address the issues of material witnesses, to address these post 9/11 national security measures the country's taking, because they haven't stopped. She's not the first. She won't be the last, and these will continue. So I encourage you, stay focused even after this case is done. Hopefully, through the support of her direct attorney and counsel, she'll be released soon. But we do need to keep the pressure going. We do need to keep things happening. And if any of the media have any questions related to her ongoing case, I'm available after. We can answer the questions afterwards. If anybody out there in the audience wants to know more on how to get involved, you can approach any of the organizers. But we do need to keep things happening. You need to keep things moving in the right direction, even after this case is done. So thank you for that. Whoever's leading the charges, let's get some charges going. Chance, whoever's leading the chance, let's get some chance going as well. Thank you.
Free Marzia!
Free Marzia!
Free Marzia!
Free Marzia!
Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Dear brothers and sisters, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh, and good morning to all of our conscientious friends and supporters who are here with us this morning. We are here for a very serious issue, and the issue is Sister Marzia Hashemi has been secretly detained by a bullying government.
That's right.
She has been tucked away in a cell, probably 10 feet long 6 or 7 feet wide. What is Sister Marzia's crime? No crime. No crime from our point of view. Her crime from the criminal's point of view is she's African American, she's a woman, she's a Muslim, she has a conscience, she is intelligent, she is a journalist, and she is exposing America's dirty laundry. The United States government, from its inception up to now, has been brutal and has tried to silence every voice that exposes its criminality. If we could reach indigenous peoples at this moment, so-called Indians, they will tell you their story that broke their heart and is still breaking their hearts. And as an African American, since Marzia has been arrested, nearly 11 days, going on 12, it's been hard to sleep.
Amen.
It's been hard to eat.
Right.
Because the government, overreach, abuse, violent, is holding a person who they say has not committed a crime under a fragile statute, calling it a material witness that has been primarily used since 1789 against minorities, black people and other minorities. That's who they use it against. They take the person claiming that he or she has some information or some association with a criminal proceeding. This is their claim. So they use that to gain the support of the non-thinking people, like they always do. But their aim, in reality, is bigger than that. They are trying to tell us, particularly the Muslim community, that you are not wanted and you are in the list of those to be violated and abused. As this character down the street here constantly insults, threatens, abuses anyone in his path, and then seeks out his agents. I would like to know, and I'm sure you want to know, who gave the order to put Marzia Hashimi in jail? Who did that? Because that person should come forward, not hide behind a bunch of FBI agents who are hired not to think. Their job is not to think. Their job is to follow orders. The one who gave those agents the order to arrest her in that St. Louis International Airport should come forward. Don't be a coward, because we have a few questions to ask you. Number one, would you like for your mother to be held as a material witness? If you are a male, what about your wife? What about your daughter? Would you like your daughter, your wife, your mother to be held in a prison who has a very divine and sacred dress code that must be honored under all circumstances to be violated? Do you want your mother to be in a cell with a t-shirt wrapped around her head? Do you want your daughter or your wife or your mom who has a dietary code that must be adhered to be offered pork under the threat and the possibility of dying if the person opts not to feed him or herself? This is government brutality, clear and simple. And our job is to resist it. The phonies who recently talked about Dr. Martin Luther King claiming to commemorate him need to be quiet. Because if Dr. Martin Luther King was with us today, as he said, an injustice anywhere is a threat to justice everywhere. That's what he said. And Malcolm X said, if you are not willing to stand for something, you will fall for anything. Our job today, and don't feel like we are alone. There's a Lord who owns the heavens and earth. These people inside are like you and I. They come and go. Hopefully they will come to their senses. We are not alone in this. We must resist at every turn, at every place. We want Marzia to walk out those doors today, not later today. They should turn her loose right now if she's inside. She deserves her freedom. And no government, no FBI agent, no Homeland Security has the right to take someone's freedom. We've been down that road too long. Democracy Now! Just a few days ago showed the footage of what was happening in the South with black people. Kicked, punched, beat it, terrorized, dragged to jail, lynched. And all of that, mind you, was legal. They called it legal. We say, whose legality? Whose legality? Some racist who hates black people, who hates minorities? Whose legality? And this material witness statute is illegal today. It's the same. We don't accept your concept of legality unless it measures with Rabbul Alameen, the Lord of the heavens and earth. We take legality from him. We are willing to work with any man-made legality that reflects what he wants, not what a bunch of racist bullies want. Free Sister Marzia Hashemi right now and relieve her children from their agony. No child should have to witness their mother being abused. No child. No one should have to tolerate that, and particularly with tricky, hypocrite Uncle Sam, who goes around the world carrying the torch of democracy, liberty, freedom, the first constitution ever formed. Oh world, follow us. Follow you where? To a prison where Marzia is being held unjustly? We say no. We say no. We say no. We say free Marzia Hashemi now.
Free Marzia Hashemi now!
Free Marzia Hashemi now.
Free Marzia Hashemi now!
Free Marzia Hashemi now.
Free Marzia Hashemi now!
Takbir.